Long ago, in the mystical Gongsan kingdom, a prophecy foretold that the empire would one day face destruction because of a forbidden love. To prevent this tragedy, the royal family made countless sacrifices, unaware that fate could never truly be controlled. Prince Shi Ying, the intelligent and kind-hearted crown prince, grows up loved by the people. However, palace jealousy soon changes his life forever. His mother becomes the victim of a cruel conspiracy, forcing Shi Ying to abandon the palace and fake his own death. Believing the prince has died, the kingdom mourns his loss. In secret, Shi Ying is taken to the sacred Zhu mountain, where he begins years of intense cultivation under a powerful master. There, he learns powerful spiritual techniques and becomes one of the strongest cultivators in the land. His master gives him one strict rule. A cultivator must never fall in love. Love, he says, clouds judgment and can bring disaster upon the entire world. Shi Ying accepts this rule, dedicating himself completely to protecting the kingdom. Meanwhile, far away in the Red Clan, lives the cheerful and fearless Princess Zhu Yan. Unlike most noble ladies, Zhu Yan is adventurous, stubborn, and always willing to help others. One day, while exploring the mountains, she accidentally encounters Shi Ying. Not knowing his true identity, Zhu Yan mistakes him for an ordinary cultivator. During their awkward first meeting, she accidentally damages one of his sacred rituals. Although annoyed, Shi Ying notices her pure heart and chooses not to punish her. Before leaving, Zhu Yan secretly promises herself that she will become strong enough to meet him again someday. Years pass. Shi Ying becomes famous throughout Gongsan as a mysterious spiritual master whose cultivation surpasses almost everyone. At the same time, Zhu Yan continues training, hoping to protect her people from the growing darkness spreading across the kingdom. Fate soon brings them together once again. To Shi Ying's complete surprise, Zhu Yan arrives at Zhu Mountain as a new disciple. She immediately recognizes him. Shi Ying, however, pretends not to remember their first meeting. As teacher and student, they struggle to get along. Shi Ying is calm, disciplined, and emotionless. Zhu Yan is impulsive, energetic, and constantly breaks the rules. Every lesson turns into an argument. Every mission becomes another challenge. Yet beneath all the disagreements, Shi Ying quietly begins protecting Zhu Yan from dangers she doesn't even notice. Unknown to both of them, an ancient prophecy has already begun moving toward its terrifying conclusion. Their growing bond will soon decide the fate of the entire kingdom. As Zhu Yan begins her training on Zhu Mountain, life becomes far more difficult than she expected. Shi Ying is an extremely strict master who never tolerates laziness or carelessness. Every day he pushes his disciples to their limits, believing that only discipline can prepare them for the dangers ahead. Zhu Yan, however, is unlike any student he has ever taught. She asks endless questions, breaks rules without meaning to, and often acts before thinking. Although Shi Ying frequently scolds her, he secretly admires her courage and compassionate heart. Unlike many cultivators who seek power for themselves, Zhu Yan's greatest wish is to protect innocent people. During one mission, the disciples are sent into an ancient forest to search for a rare spiritual herb. While exploring, Zhu Yan becomes separated from the group and is attacked by a powerful beast corrupted by dark energy. Just as the creature is about to strike, Shi Ying appears. With a single spell, he defeats the beast and saves her life. Although he tells Zhu Yan that he only acted because she is his disciple, she notices the concern in his eyes. For the first time, she realizes that beneath his cold expression is a kind man who quietly protects those around him. As the months pass, they embark on more missions together. They rescue villagers from demons, investigate mysterious disappearances, and seal dangerous spiritual creatures that threaten the kingdom. Each adventure strengthens their trust in one another. Meanwhile, dark forces continue gathering in secret. The mysterious Ice Clan, long believed to have been destroyed, begins moving once again. Their leader seeks an ancient artifact capable of awakening an unimaginable power. If the artifact falls into the wrong hands, the balance of the world will be shattered. At the same time, an old prophecy resurfaces. It declares that Shi Ying's destiny is tied to a young woman whose love will either save the kingdom or bring about its destruction. Shi Ying's master warns him never to become emotionally attached to Zhu Yan. He reminds him that a cultivator's heart must remain free from worldly desires. Determined to obey, Shi Ying begins distancing himself from Zhu Yan. He becomes colder than ever, hoping she will stop relying on him. But instead of giving up, Zhu Yan continues believing in him. She notices the loneliness behind his silence and refuses to let him carry every burden alone. Without realizing it, Shi Ying begins falling in love with the very person fate has forbidden him to love. Just as their feelings grow stronger, a shocking truth is revealed. Zhu Yan unknowingly awakens an ancient spiritual power connected to the kingdom's future. Her awakening alerts the enemies hidden in the shadows, and they immediately begin hunting her. Now, Shi Ying faces an impossible choice. Should he obey heaven's prophecy and abandon Zhu Yan? Or risk everything, including the fate of the entire kingdom, to protect the woman he loves? As Zhu Yan's hidden spiritual power awakens, the peaceful days at Zhui Mountain come to an end. News of her awakening spreads quickly across the land, attracting powerful enemies who believe her power can change the fate of the entire kingdom. Soon, assassins from the Ice Clan launch a surprise attack on the mountain. The disciples fight bravely, but they are no match for the enemy's overwhelming strength. Just as Zhu Yan is cornered, Shi Ying arrives and unleashes his incredible cultivation. With elegant sword techniques and powerful spiritual magic, he defeats the attackers and forces the survivors to retreat. However, the battle confirms Shi Ying's greatest fear. The prophecy has begun. His master warns him once again that Zhu Yan's existence will eventually lead him toward a tragic destiny. If he continues protecting her, both of them, and perhaps the entire Gongsun kingdom, may be destroyed. Determined to protect Zhu Yan, Shi Ying hides the truth from her. Instead of explaining the prophecy, he begins acting cold and distant, hoping she will leave the mountain and forget him. Zhu Yan cannot understand why her master suddenly changes. Heartbroken, she believes she has disappointed him. Eventually, she decides to leave Zhui Mountain to find her own path. After Zhu Yan leaves, Shi Ying secretly follows from a distance, protecting her without letting her know. Whenever she encounters danger, mysterious spiritual energy appears to save her, though she never realizes it is Shi Ying watching over her. Meanwhile, the Ice Clan's leader discovers the location of an ancient divine relic known as the Star Mirror, a sacred artifact said to possess enough power to reshape destiny itself. If the relic falls into evil hands, the balance between humans, spirits, and gods will collapse. Learning of the enemy's plan, Zhu Yan sets out to stop them. Shi Ying arrives just in time, and together they travel across deserts, forests, and ancient ruins in search of the Star Mirror before the Ice Clan can claim it. Along the journey, they rescue innocent villagers, defeat powerful monsters, and slowly rebuild the trust that had been broken between them. One evening, while camping beneath a sky full of stars, Zhu Yan finally asks Shi Ying why he pushed her away. Unable to hide his feelings any longer, Shi Ying tells her about the prophecy. He explains that he feared loving her would bring disaster upon the world. Tears fill Zhu Yan's eyes. She tells him that true love should never be controlled by fear or destiny. She believes that people create their own future through courage and sacrifice. For the first time, Shi Ying admits that despite all his efforts, he has fallen deeply in love with her. The two finally confess their feelings and promise to face whatever lies ahead, together. But before they can enjoy their happiness, the Ice Clan launches its final assault. The Star Mirror is stolen, the ancient seal protecting the kingdom begins to break, and a terrifying darkness awakens. Shi Ying and Zhu Yan realize that the greatest battle of their lives has finally begun. As darkness spreads across the Gongsun Kingdom, the Ice Clan finally succeeds in breaking the ancient seal that had protected the realm for centuries. The skies grow dark, spiritual energy becomes unstable, and fear spreads among the people. Cities fall into chaos as powerful monsters emerge, and the royal army struggles to defend the kingdom. Shi Ying realizes that the ancient prophecy has reached its final chapter. The only way to stop the catastrophe is to reclaim the Star Mirror before the Ice Clan completely awakens its destructive power. Together with Zhu Yan and their loyal allies, Shi Ying leads one final mission into the enemy's fortress. Along the way, they face deadly traps, powerful cultivators, and terrifying spiritual beasts guarding the ancient artifact. A fierce battle erupts. Zhu Yan fights bravely beside Shi Ying, proving that she has grown from an impulsive princess into a fearless warrior. Together, they defeat countless enemies, but the Ice Clan's leader reveals his true plan. He intends to use the Star Mirror to drain Zhu Yan's spiritual power and sacrifice her life to gain limitless strength. Refusing to let that happen, Shi Ying steps forward alone to confront the enemy. The battle shakes the heavens. Powerful spiritual techniques collide as mountains crumble and the earth trembles beneath them. Although Shi Ying is one of the strongest cultivators alive, the enemy's dark power continues to grow stronger. Realizing that ordinary attacks are useless, Shi Ying chooses to sacrifice his own cultivation to destroy the Star Mirror and stop the catastrophe forever. Before Zhu Yan can stop him, Shi Ying unleashes all of his spiritual power. A brilliant light fills the sky as the Star Mirror shatters into countless pieces. The Ice Clan's power disappears instantly, and the dark energy consuming the kingdom begins to fade. The enemy is finally defeated. But the victory comes at a heartbreaking cost. Shi Ying collapses in Zhu Yan's arms, having exhausted all of his life force. Through tears, Zhu Yan tells him she loves him and refuses to let him leave her. In one final moment, Shi Ying gently smiles, reminding her that true love never disappears, even if two people are separated. As his body slowly fades into light, Zhu Yan holds him tightly, unable to say goodbye. The kingdom is finally saved. Months later, peace returns to Gongsun. The people rebuild their homes, and Shi Ying is remembered as the greatest hero in the kingdom's history. Although Zhu Yan deeply mourns his loss, she chooses to honor his sacrifice by protecting the people and continuing the life he dreamed of creating. One spring morning, while standing beneath a blooming peach blossom tree where they once trained together, Zhu Yan senses a familiar spiritual presence. A gentle breeze carries countless flower petals through the air. She turns around and sees Shi Ying smiling at her once again. Their reunion reminds everyone that true love can overcome time, sacrifice, and even death. The Longest Promise is a breathtaking fantasy romance filled with unforgettable characters, emotional sacrifices, spectacular battles, and a love that refuses to surrender to fate. It teaches that while destiny may test two hearts, true love, courage, and hope can change even the future written by the heavens.